Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. They've gotten quite a bit of it done. My contaminated beavers are still alive. Oops. Didn't realize that until late in the episode last time. Yikes. But today I'm gonna keep an eye on everything. What I am thinking I might do. Drought's over. Production can begin again. Yay. I kind of just let the game run for a little bit up to this episode. Reason being is I wanted to make sure everything was doing its due. Nice thing is Kohlrabies are now actually starting to build up, and fermented is too. So that was really why I want to stay on. We're getting to that point where things like this are going to start getting done. And the water no longer looks as contaminated. As is the operative word. Yeah, it's still slightly contaminated, you know, but oops. The nice thing is I do have an engine now, so once these kick on, after this goes, yeah, there we go. I can now pause this then. And these can do their job. And yeah, let's get on to that one. I should do that. And gears. Do I need gears right now? No, but planks are going to be needed, so. Actually, gears are not needed yet. But planks and metal probably will be. I'll put that on as a lower one, but that is definitely needs to be prioritized by haulers. I do love the fact that I'm starting to get fermented cassavas. That is so helpful. And wood's being used. Contaminated beavers are 5 by 4 born, 7 beds. Okay, so I think we're kind of at that point where we're gonna let the game do its thing for a little bit. Let's look at what I have prioritized. Oh, that's prioritized, huh? Let's up this then. Because I do want all of this done. This would be nice to have taken care of, but I am worried they're going to get themselves injured and, not be able to get jobs done. But all right, so we're going to go into a time lapse and kind of let them do their thing. I think we're at that point where it'll just kind of work its way through problems, maybe, possibly, I think. I'm not 100% sure. So let's just let them kind of work through everything. I need to make sure that, everything up here is managed. They're not feeling well. That's fine. But yeah, I might up let's up it to 18. But yeah, we're gonna time lapse for a little bit, let the game work its way through all its problems, and then I'll be back in a little bit. All right, so I might have made a bit of an error. I was so focused on this that I didn't pay attention to this. Food is important. And so I kept myself off mic. If I actually had my live reaction, it probably would have sounded like this. Ah! But, you know, my self-control is in place there. So for the most part, I'm kind of just working through that. I did change my strategy a lot, especially into this, because it was way better to do this than it would be to play the game of go through and do it individually. Nice thing is, once I build that, this will be really easy, right? Like I can then execute on it more efficiently. And yeah, so I'm kind of just been working through this because I am so smart. Man, I'm so mad at myself though. Like, I had spent a whole episode last time just working on all of the going through and making sure it all looked pretty and, you know, but maybe I should have just been smart and done this from the beginning. Yay, so smart. But I wasn't. I was not smart. I should have been paying attention. Like, I have really bad ADHD, and as one might guess, my ADHD does get me in a lot of trouble. I actually may not need that. Actually, yeah, we don't need these. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, we don't need those, so then I can just go like that, and then I can make a little area. What I probably... Rude, I wasn't done. I could probably go through and make that look all nice. Yeah, let's build that. I didn't want to spend too much science on anything greater than that. I had to make some very quick decisions, right? So if I didn't do that, I would have been in trouble. But I can use some of it. Droughts project. I think I'll be fine. I do have this. I did make a very, as you probably are paying attention, or if you weren't, it's fine. I'll enlighten you if you weren't paying attention. I spent a good portion of my time realizing I needed to work fast. So the thing that I need most, fermented cassavas, right? Like, that is important to have. They need food. And if they don't have it, I'm in trouble. So berries, I just need to be focused on one thing. Fermented cassavas, like, I do need that to be prioritized. All food needs to be prioritized by these dudes. And go from there. The nice thing is metal, I don't need a lot left, right? Like right now, metal is not that important. What is important, though, will be these and making sure they get completed. So I have been making that a top priority now. I am so mad at myself. I pulled out, like, this time, no contaminated beavers because I was smart enough to delete that, but I did kill 2 guys today, as you saw. But yeah, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit longer. We're just gonna, like, I think today I want this finished. Well, no, I think I want it finished, but I don't think it will be. And we'll just see how it goes. And go from there. Right now, I'm trying to get food all, you know, taken care of. Have all the beavers getting like cassavas, fermented cassavas, because, you know, that is going to be the lifeblood of this place. I do think what I am going to put down fairly close by to the homes. Like, I think it's going to be up here, maybe. Actually, we'll put it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a medium warehouse. And we're going to have this all just for the fermented and make that a supply. So when they go to bed, it's always there. I think that definitely needs to be top priority. Trees are becoming another thing that I need to work on. Let's finish this build. Why aren't they cutting down all of that? Oh, I didn't mark it for cutting. Okay. Mark for cutting. Cut those trees down. I would love to have them be oak trees, but you know, oak trees are my preferred use of tree. But the good thing is it's a drought, so hopefully it's not a long one, but I can still pump. It's not like before, but I really should have done the approach from before where I have it come from above, and I'm really regretting this. Yeah, I'm kicking myself a lot actually by not having putting in scaffolding just from above, because I made this big waste of scaffolding. I do like that they've changed it now in update 3 though. It's now uses the planks for why are you doing that? I don't want you to touch that. No. Make this down. I want this done first. If you're gonna come this way, at least take care of that for me. At least that's being taken care of. So I have been putting together kind of. I don't know why they're working on this. Let's make this. Yeah, we're just gonna make this completely bottom priority. Don't touch anymore. Okay, good. So fermented cassavas are being produced. I need to prioritize my haulers. These need to be, yeah, there we go. Are those being, did it get finished? No. Yeah. All right, we're going to let this run for a little bit. And I'll come back while this is running. I'll just do a quick little outro and get through that. So I appreciate all of you coming out today. I know this isn't probably like the last few where it's been like going through, but if you have ideas for what I should do, give me comments. Like, tell me what you think I need to work on for this, what you want to see, because this isn't really I don't want it to just be me doing all of this. I do want your opinions on it. I think it would be really fun to have, tell me what you want to see. I think that this whole build has been really fun. I do need to come up with better power, right? Like, that is going to be a problem later. And this is fine. I don't mind having the compact water wheels, but I do need to come up with a better way to do water for power. And I'm thinking, so I can get continuous, I am going to figure out, I do need to get these taken care of, and I can turn these into power sources, but I'm not sure. We're going to kind of go from there, but I will let the game kind of run in the background. We're going to let it do its thing. And yeah, so I appreciate y'all for coming back, and thank you.